What's happening now across the Niagara frontier? News stories, old stories, stuff you know about and stuff you'd never believe. It's the Niagara Hub Soapbox with Craig Avery.
All right, cool. Well, today's Famous Person Day here. We've got the famous Tom Proctor here. Everybody knows him probably as the Thomas Loop radio show. He hosts a bunch of a variety of different types of topics and so forth. And I thought we'd just talk about talking, man. Tell me about the show and what kind of things have you done, and what do you think it does in the community for just letting people discuss what they're up to?
Ultimately, the show's about branding. It started out as a concept about 4 years ago, in my fourth full year doing this, my first full calendar year on AM radio. And it encompasses area musicians and promoting them and what they do and where they play. And some would usually sit in the internet version, which was 3 years before this year when I'm doing AM radio, perform live, and then it would be, put to a podcast and they could use it for whatever they wish. Now the show's now advanced to where I record the podcast because I don't have streaming capability yet. Mm-hmm. And they could use that podcast wherever they wish and to promote their music, and it's a permanent link, just like what you do here.
All right.
Also, what I've infused into that are journalism. I know a certain gentleman behind the camera that was a journalist. We both were in the paper for a brief time. And
very good.
We worked that radio, be able to do radio again is pretty cool. Also, I cover the Sabres through their outstanding PR department out there at First Niagara Center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to do home games for the Sabres.
Oh,
So,
cool.
so the show's like a mishmash of everything that I've done over the years.
Right.
And in a nutshell, that's what it is.
And is there a way for you to measure your audience, or just from people who come up to you and say I saw the show or heard the show, or
the only accurate method would be through checking the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
How many hits are on there?
Cool.
So far, since I put that podcast link on, it's gotten over 18,000 hits.
Wow. So mostly it's the music.
It is the music.
Primary, yeah.
And I would like to also, in addition to, I've been able to get larger names on. For example, Joe Valerio, the producer of ESPN Sports Reporters, released a book second to none in last year, 2014. And I had him on the last show. And I like interacting the interviewer or the interviewee on the phone and the musician from across the room and have them ask questions, go along. The Boston Marathon was this past Monday. 2 shows ago, I had the co-host, the co-commentator of Universal Sports on. So we just talked about what he did and then went into the race eventually. But again, Ken Cosentino was in that show, actor-director in Niagara Falls, New York, just released a movie. He was able to interact. And I like watching the dynamic of everybody in the room talking to, who's ever been
From
interviewed.
different schools of thought, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
another version of how the show works.
Cool.
But,
Well, and we're really starting to do more of these kind of things, just to get. And it's funny, the people that will call and comment that I saw that guy, and you don't know who you're reaching. It's kind of cool.
Right.
But definitely the music in this town, and of course we're excited about the Music and Art Festival coming up, and man, there's some talent. The other night I heard Rob Thurman was playing at the bakery, and he just makes that set of drums sing, and it's just amazing to see.
There are so many talented musicians within the county. And then you expand to Buffalo,
I
Erie
hear
County.
you pick a mean guitar.
I appreciate
Pretty
it.
cool. Well,
It's
cool.
a work in progress.
Very
20-something plus years into it. It's always
Wow.
a learning process.
Wow.
Then I see get in where you fit an episode, immediately sort of scrap that and go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Watch that kind of talent. But
this
I
community
appreciate-
offers a lot of stuff, and a lot of people that are here are critical. If you were running for mayor, what would be your main thing that you'd want to work on?
I would prefer to be the mayor's campaign manager, whoever's
okay.
running for the mayor.
Right. And then what would you tell him? that he needs to address? What do you think?
Pump positivity. I think over generation, we've been beaten down with the XYZ business goes to this street. XYZ business is gone in 2 months. This business goes in. Nobody could get a job here, or these examples. You need to get out to come back to do better here. Leave for a few years, gain experience, come back. The younger kids, but you got to pump positivity, sort of divert the attention away from what's been going on over the years, because that hasn't worked.
Mm-hmm.
The tourism, the information age. I don't know which recent. I don't know what Mr. Piccarello's been doing in regard to the younger generation, but I remember that coming out. The venues here. I mean, this is a tourist destination in the world. I mean, one of the tourist destinations in the world. Old Fall Street. That's where it's at. The tourism, the information age, the entertainment.
Yeah. And the tourists come here, their eyes are open.
Yeah.
They don't know that City Hall's dysfunctional, if somebody says that.
Exactly.
They don't know that this business failed. They're there to see the falls and to experience the culture here. So let's put on a show, and let's forget about yesterday. Let's forget about last week, this guy didn't do it, or don't try that because I couldn't do it.
Exactly.
That kind of a thing. So, all right, then let's campaign for each other, and we'll both run for mayor. How's that?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, right.
I'd like a job where everybody comments on everything you do and no one likes you.
Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, Mayor Deister.
You got to be some thick skin. And any political role, it's a whole different thing. Vince is a good friend of the Hubs here.
Yes.
He comes a lot, and he certainly has some interesting views and perspectives on things.
Yep.
The only bad thing is not too passionate about anything.
No,
that's a
He
slight
needs to get fired up.
understatement.
Yeah.
and you have to pull stuff out of him.
Yes, yes.
It's hard to get.
Yes, it's not a wealth of knowledge of
Yeah.
information. It just spews.
Tom calls him the Bill Parcells
That's
of
right.
local politics.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
The Bill Parcells of public government breakdown. That's what I call it. That's the best description I can give you. And that's the truth.
Very good. And if he was right here, this is exactly what we'd say. And he'd be proud of it.
and we'd probably laugh. And
Yeah. Well, there's a cast of characters in town. And I always thought if we ever did a movie on Niagara Falls, you really couldn't find actors to play these people. You'd have to have themselves, because there's nobody that could do justice to the characters
That's true.
in this. Now, many times, I do a lot of voices sometimes, so I'll do their voices. And we thought of putting caricatures like do a movie with like animated dinosaurs, but put the voices of the various people into a dinosaur animation and make it Niagara Falls, the movie back in the dinosaur age or something. We could have a lot of fun in this town, but right now people are still a little serious and a little bit negative. So let's lighten it up a little bit, right? Lighten it up, Francis.
We did, yes. Lighten it up,
that.
Francis.
I love that movie. All right, what else you got? Any good words of wisdom for us before we cut loose, other than...
Yeah, I do. Check out the Niagara Hub each and every day.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
See you later.